In a quiet town nestled between towering mountains, there lived a young man named Arif. He had always been an ordinary person, leading a life that was predictable and safe. He worked at a local bookstore, spending his days surrounded by stories of adventure and heroism, yet he felt trapped in a mundane existence. Arif often dreamed of a life filled with excitement and purpose, but he never acted on those dreams. He was comfortable in his routine, even if it left him feeling unfulfilled. One day, while sorting through a shipment of new books, Arif stumbled upon an old, dusty volume hidden in the back of the shelf. Its cover was worn, and the title, The Path of Suffering, intrigued him. As he opened the book, he discovered that it was filled with tales of individuals who had faced immense challenges and emerged stronger. Each story resonated with him, igniting a flicker of curiosity about the nature of suffering and its role in personal growth. As he read, Arif felt an inexplicable pull toward the idea that perhaps suffering was not merely something to endure, but a necessary part of life that shaped character and resilience. The more he read, the more he began to reflect on his own life. He realized that he had been avoiding discomfort, seeking only comfort and security, but in doing so, he had also been denying himself the opportunity for growth. That night, Arif lay in bed, unable to shake off the thoughts swirling in his mind. He recalled the stories of those who had faced adversity and emerged transformed. He thought of the sacrifices they had made, the pain they had endured, and the strength they had gained. It dawned on him that if he wanted to live a life of purpose, he needed to embrace suffering rather than shy away from it. The next morning, Arif made a decision. He would embark on a journey to seek out challenges, to push himself beyond his limits, and to confront the fears that had held him back for so long. He packed a small bag with essentials, leaving behind the comfort of his home. With a sense of determination, he set off into the unknown, ready to face whatever trials awaited him. As he ventured into the wilderness, Arif felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. The mountains loomed ahead, their peaks shrouded in mist. He knew that the path would not be easy, but he was resolved to confront the suffering that lay ahead. Each step he took was a step away from the life he had known and towards a new reality, filled with uncertainty. Days turned into weeks as Arif traversed the rugged terrain. He faced harsh weather conditions, treacherous paths, and moments of doubt that threatened to derail his journey. There were times when he stumbled and fell, scraping his knees and bruising his ego. Yet, with each setback, he discovered a newfound strength within himself. He learned to rise after every fall, to embrace the pain, and to push forward. During his travels, Arif encountered others who were also on their own journeys of suffering. He met a woman named Layla, who had lost her family in a tragic accident. She carried the weight of her grief like a heavy cloak, yet she continued to move forward, seeking solace in nature. Together, they shared their stories, finding comfort in their shared experiences of loss and hardship. Layla taught Arif the importance of vulnerability. She showed him that suffering could be a bridge to connection, allowing people to share their burdens and support one another. As they traveled together, Arif learned to open up about his own struggles, shedding the layers of fear and insecurity that had held him back for so long. One night, as they sat around a campfire, Layla shared a powerful lesson. "You must suffer to grow," she said, her voice steady. "It's in the moments of pain that we discover who we truly are. We can either let suffering break us, or use it to build a stronger version of ourselves." Arif nodded, the words resonating deep within him. He understood now that suffering was not an enemy to be avoided, but a teacher to be embraced. It was a catalyst for change, a force that could propel him toward a more meaningful existence. He felt a sense of liberation wash over him, realizing that he had the power to transform his pain into purpose. As their journey continued, Arif and Layla faced numerous challenges. They encountered raging rivers that tested their resolve, steep cliffs that required courage to climb, and moments of uncertainty that pushed them to their limits. Yet, with each trial, they grew stronger, both individually and as companions. They learned to rely on each other, offering support and encouragement in times of need. One day, as they reached a high mountain pass, they were met with a breathtaking view of the valley below. The sun bathed the landscape in golden light, illuminating the beauty that surrounded them. In that moment, Arif felt a profound sense of gratitude. He realized that the suffering he had endured had led him to this very moment, a moment of clarity and connection with the world around him. But just as they began to celebrate their progress, disaster struck. A sudden storm rolled in, fierce winds and torrential rain threatening to sweep them off the mountain. The once serene landscape transformed into a chaotic battleground of nature's fury. Arif and Layla sought shelter, but the storm was relentless. As they huddled together, Arif felt fear creeping in. The storm raged on, and doubt began to cloud his mind. "What if we don't make it?" he whispered, his voice shaky. "What if all this suffering has been for nothing?" Layla looked at him, her eyes fierce with determination. "We will make it, Arif. This storm is a part of our journey. It's a test of our strength and resolve. We must endure." With her words echoing in his mind, Arif found the courage to face the storm. They worked together to find a safe place, using their skills to navigate through the chaos. The storm raged for hours, but as dawn broke, the skies cleared, revealing a world washed clean by the rain. They emerged from their shelter, breathless but alive, their bond stronger than ever. As they continued their journey, Arif realized that suffering had become a constant companion. It was no longer something to fear, but a force that propelled him forward. He learned to embrace the discomfort, to seek out challenges, and to find beauty in the struggle. Each scar he earned was a testament to his resilience, a reminder of the battles he had fought. Eventually, they reached the summit of the highest peak, a place where the air was thin and the world below seemed distant. As they stood together, gazing out at the vast expanse of mountains and valleys, Arif felt a